StarCraft 2 is such a hard game. You're not going to be able to pay attention to everything. And if
you certainly don't have the gas to get enough overseers all over the map either. So.
Also, because, as I said, StarCraft 2 is a very hard game. And I think Innovation has done research on Solar's Ulysses movement, I guess. And
yeah,
if you know
certainly. Well, there's so much information out about Solar right now, right? I mean, the guy is like
games.
Yeah, the guy's been so dominant. Innovation, doing what he did best back there, coming through with just a solid push and winning with that raw Terran strength.
As we see here, our next game will be BrAvO against soO, and honestly, I think this game's going to be very one-sided in favor of soO. We've seen BrAvO before in that ace match against Zess, I believe, and he played really poorly that game.
Well, I mean, BrAvo's like a really good player. I just, you look at somebody like soO, and that guy's like so good that, and he's had so many impressive results.
He beat TY.
Yeah.
TY's probably the best Terran right now, so.
But let's also keep in mind, they've used BrAvO as a sniper before, so he might have some kind of weird build to just get them into the ace match here. We'll have to see. But BrAvO, he's one of the better players on the team, but he's not the MVP,
Yeah, he's one of those role players, I guess, where you figure out a strategy for them to do. Yeah, like as we said, soO's the heavy favorite here, 6-1 in favor of soO in terms of predictions, but maybe I've been 0-3 today, so maybe
Are you 0-3? Good, you're going down, GTR. The Tasteless predictions are coming back. This is game number 4, BrAvO versus soO. Let's do this, guys. In the upper left, in the blue, our Terran player, BrAvO. And in the bottom right, in the orange, our Zerg player, soO.
BrAvO, former SK Telecom T1 player, actually. Then he requested to move to another team because, how stacked SK Telecom T1 is as a team, so found his place in Samsung, now the Samsung captain. He's one of the veteran players, I guess. He's been playing since, he's played Brood War since maybe 2011, 2012, I like to say, so he's been around for quite some time, and it's always good to have that veteran leadership on the team. soO, very solid player, known for getting a lot of second places, and Prion Terraces is one of those crazy maps that we have in the map pool so far, in Legacy of the Void. And
yeah, it's got the gold bases here, and
they're actually going for Command Center first. I actually like doing Command Center first on this map because you can get those barracks out really quickly once you get that Command Center and you get those SFEs transferred over. But we'll see how BrAvO approaches his transition after this Command Center.
BrAvo's been used as a sniper before. By the way, it's really important to have some of these older, more established players with more experience on your team. If you have a team with just too many young guys on there, emotions are usually too high. There's a little bit less maturity. It's good to have, like, quote unquote, some big brothers on your team to help you take care of you. The older guys tend to have less stress, well, a different kind of stress, but less stage fright. They've had more experience playing in front of large audiences. They kind of know who they are better, understand themselves better, and so I think BrAvO probably plays a very important role here. For his team to actually, mentor these other players and keep them out there. And, of course, they keep putting him out. So he definitely has a lot to offer. Now, with the map having gold bases, not just one, but a second one available as well, I don't feel like we really understand this map yet. I don't know if anybody does.
Well, especially since the update from Blizzard changing that so that expansion is a gold base instead of a regular base. It has kind of thrown many of the old strategies that we've seen on this map since it's come out in Legacy of the Void. So it's really interesting to see how players transition from the old strategies that we're using to new strategies.
Yeah, it is. It's a curious thing, right? Like, we're going to have to see as time passes. By the way, I'm really glad that we all have the balls to just have maps like this in the game. I know that when the game first came out, I'm talking right in the early days of Wings. A lot of people protested gold bases, and I understood that at the time because we were really trying to just figure out the basics. But I think introducing maps like this does add a lot of flavor.
Yeah, I mean, we had maps like Steps of War and Scrap Station. Scrap Station was not that bad, but Steps of War,
well, that was just
Incineration Zone.
That was just like, we don't know what an actual map is supposed to, what the size of it's supposed to look like, right?
Like, we had Brood War maps to work off, but because StarCraft 2 is so much different than Brood War, it wasn't really a good template for map making. So, but luckily, we're in Legacy of the Void now. We've actually figured out how a map should be, or how it should be played out, and it's really good to see maps like Prion, Terraces, and Arena being played in Pro League.
But let's see what happens this time around. It seems like most Zergs want to lean towards, going for just getting a third base as quickly as possible and taking full advantage of the fact that they can have more minerals at their disposal here. Obviously, if Terran goes for the gold base right away like we're seeing here, he has to spend those minerals somewhere, so we have a third command center. So if I were to see that third command center as Zerg, I would be very happy taking the third base, the gold base for myself.
Honestly, having that gold base being mined at the expansion, if I was soO, I'd probably maybe take it the fourth base as well, because taking that third command center, you know that the Zergs, the Terran rather, is not going to have units to kill you off outright, and even if they do, you still have the lava to, instead of investing into drones, you can invest them in speedlings, so you can defend from any marine shenanigans that the Terran might be doing. But we see here, BrAvO's playing very, very standard so far, double engineering bays, and also actually Roach Warren researching that burrow tech, so we might see some Roach shenanigans from soO.
And this is, wow, that Changeling just, like, that was the Secret Service guy for the Overseer, took a bullet for him. So that Overseer is going to be able to get out. Now, BrAvO's playing like no rush 20 style play. He wants to actually not have any big attack for a while. You can see little things like this Liberator Harass are going to come up here and try to be a thorn in the paw here of soO.
If he's not careful here, he's got to lose that Liberator, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, noes.
Doesn't even kill that Queen, which is really unfortunate there from BrAvO. And BrAvO could have kept that because Liberators are very good units, especially in this early stage of the game where they're just really good to use defensively.
I've been talking to Valdez and the great Tosis about my take on the Liberators early, and I just feel like this is going to become less popular. I'm happy to be wrong, but just the way I'm looking at the game, it seems like if they're just ready for Liberators, the Liberators don't do anything. If it's just Liberators, guys, okay? If it's like you just made one Liberator and you send it across the map, I feel like eventually this is going to get phased out of the meta because you're just giving away a Starport unit for free.
Well, there has been talk by Blizzard reducing the Liberator range 1 down, so they have less range, and honestly I don't think that's really the solution. I think the solution is to change the maps so that there are positions where you can actually hit the Liberator, because there's a lot of dead space on a lot of maps where Liberators are better than other maps and vice versa. So,
well, there's also been talk about people not letting the medevac and tank pick up, and I'm like, oh no, that's like, I'm like, that's crazy. Like,
I have no words for that.
I always feel like neutering an RTS is not the way. Like,
I think the best
to make it more extreme in another way. Okay, let's make it a little bit crazier.
Like, I think the best way is just to let the players figure it out, and...
Well, the thing is, people do figure this stuff out after a while, you know?
And, like, even if the players don't figure out, maybe change the maps a bit to give less advantage to the more advantaged units. And that's how StarCraft has worked over the past 15, like, since it came out, is that maps have dictated...
18 years old, man. It's old enough to die for its country.
Yeah, maps have dictated the balance of the game.
Yeah, well, also, I think that, like, you know, I mean, I think maybe the Adept when that came out, I think there was some questionability about that, but it was pretty apparent, right? Like, you see just like a ton of Adepts. It kind of didn't matter if they weren't punished for just making mass Adepts. There was no balance there. I think that they fixed the Adept though, and that wasn't a dramatic fix because they were just changing statistics, not the actual features of how it actually operates. So. But yeah, I mean, I think in most cases, you got to give it time and see if there's not another way to work around this.
I mean, like, another broken thing was one supply of roaches in the beta. Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, and but see what the flaw in that unit is the ability to create an abundant amount of them without penalty, right? Yeah. And that was sort of like that with the Adept. I mean, it was just the sheer amount of damage it did. Yeah. You know, was shocking, right? And you couldn't like counter with it too. All right, so we have BrAvO just tearing right into soO's base. These guys are on a mission.
Wow,
and oh my
actually
God.
got into the base, and it's got to get some nice drone kills here.
Go easy, Rambo.
Wow.
He's just coming right in here.
And just pick up. He loses 2 Marines for 2 drones and a lot of creep chambers as well. So nice win there from BrAvO.
Now let's see if he can actually get these medevacs out here. He might be able to
path it. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
that was really close.
He actually beat me too. I was saying he might be able to just predict the pathing there. And I gotta say, people are getting better with Ravagers as this game goes on.
Yeah, like the more you work with Ravagers, the more you can estimate how fast the medevacs are moving, when their boosters are ready, when their boosters are not ready.
So, dude, this is a, we're at 8 minutes, 30 seconds. Zerg is maxed out. This is an incredible max out. So I want you guys to just think about that for a minute. 8 minutes and 30 seconds, Zerg is
maxed out.
The computer says no more units for you. That's enough for the rest of this game. So he's going to be able to now come out here with an insane attack.
Honestly, I think soO can just walk over BrAvO right now.
I think you are correct.
Oh, okay, we just see here soO running into the base of BrAvO, the corrosive biles onto the bunkers. No corrosive biles on the tanks though. I think we should use this.
Well, I think this
is too much.
Yeah, this is just too much. He just has too much, guys. This is going to be the game.
I think that's
I believe.
Over. Like this Marine Marauder army is not enough.
There's actually a Nidus somewhere on the map. Yeah, oh, it's in the main here.
The main, so even more of a worry for BrAvO right now. And
well,
I think soO's just broken him.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you are correct there. You know, I think the way that I got to be a little bit critical. I know this might be a tough one for Terran here, but I think the way that he actually approached this map was not correct. You do not let Zerg sit back when they get 2 big gold bases. Yeah,
quickly.
Yeah, you do not leave the Zerg unattended because you got some cool plan of your own over here. Now that might not be the best way to do it, but I don't feel like the way BrAvO did was the proper way to handle this on this map. I mean, going for double upgrades and massing up that's cool and all, but I mean, really leaving Zerg alone when they can get gold bases, especially somebody like soO who knows exactly how to get that supreme godlike amount of units. It's just not safe.
I think it also didn't help that BrAvO lost those 2 medevacs full of Marines there at the main of soO.
Yeah, for sure.
They could have done way more damage than it could have, those medevacs, but...
Also, I mean, this is like actually a Ling Ravager army. There's like not even roaches in here. He has so many corrosive biles he can use. I mean, you're gonna be running away from corrosive bile for days.
And BrAvO's just stuck here up his ramp, and we're gonna see the final battle here probably.
Do the corrosive bile. You can just keep pushing it back here.
I love this burrow play as well, being very cute there, soO, but...
Yeah, he's being pretty sneaky there.
The creep's actually still pushing out into the middle, and honestly, on a map like this, you don't want that to happen.
All right, so he's going to rain down another spray of corrosive bile. That's going to force Terran back while the Lings and the Ravagers keep doing damage here. Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't even mind seeing preemptive corrosive bile like that. And this is what it looks like when you're against one of the best Zergs in the world, guys. You don't get to play the game anymore. You don't get to leave your base.
Yeah, this is a really tough position here from BrAvO. And like, soO can just keep rallying Zergs and Zerglings Roaches over, and he's still got those gold bases going. He's got that 1 gold base.
Yeah, you actually see BrAvO continuously shaking his head.
Yeah.
He's scanning here and saying, like, wow, I am so owned right now.
Because he can just spend that gold minerals on expanding, and there's nothing BrAvO can do about it because he doesn't have enough of an army to harass. He has to defend. His decision making is either, I need to defend from this army.
He can't land. Watch this.
And he's like, no, can't do that.
Are you serious? He's even got broad Lings here. Yeah, this is not a good feeling, guys. You can see the minerals are all dried up here, I believe.
They're dried up there.
Yeah, they're dried up there. So this is really, you know, ABC here for soO. He's just going to wait for the rest of his stuff to hatch, gather up, and attack in once again into this base.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just waiting for the lavas to finish injecting. He can just sacrifice his army, and in the random case that BrAvO defends this, he can just re-rally more units of his choice into this, and I think this is the final blow.
Yeah, this is a massacre here. There is just way too much of everything. The command center will go down, and so does the rest of BrAvO's base. GG.
That was so one-sided. I mean,
yeah, man.
Showing why he's one of the best players from Hardest Swarm.
Oh, yeah. Well, and again, I mean, I think BrAvO's a great player. I think he's a real asset to his team, but I think the build he did was not going to help him there.
I love soO's face. Like, that was so easy. Oh, my God. But, yeah, SK Telecom T1 taking that series out 3-1. No surprises there, honestly. SKT, the best team so far in Pro League. They are currently undefeated.
And you can see why
Yeah.
with the results we have right here. I mean, he's looking very solid. A sad moment for BrAvO, but it wasn't just him that lost it. It was also Solar and Deer.
Yeah, I mean...
It's actually Reality who pulled the weight of the team
which
there.
is really surprising, beating Dark, but I'm actually curious to see Reality play next time, because I think he might be able to surprise a lot of us.
Although it was a strange game from Dark as well. But
everyone else playing as expected. No crazy cheeses or anything like that. Just all these games were solid, straight-up games. And as we see here, the results for this first match that we have here at the SPL, Samsung versus SK Telecom T1. SK Telecom T1 winning 3-1. Dream, Innovation, and soO winning it for SK Telecom T1, while Reality and soO, and surprising winner for Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, you know, the team that won, not a big surprise. Some of the actual individual match results, I don't know, I was surprised. I really thought that the Deer was going to win Game 1 and Dark win Game 2, but overall, you know, SK Telecom, I think we can all agree, currently the best team, definitely has a very strong shot at taking home the crown this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you've got KT right behind him, but as we've seen previously when KT played SKT, that SKT had KT's number, so we just have to wait and see how the rounds progress, how these teams, once they get into the groove of Pro League, how they react. But it looks like we're going to go to our MVP interview, and who do you think's got MVP?
I'm not sure. Let's see here.
I think it's going to be Innovation.